Official Chinese sources claim that 170 Tibetans in Lhasa voluntarily surrendered on the 18th of March. But credible sources report that Chinese security forces raided Tibetan homes and arrested people without charging them with a crime. Those arrested are later paraded in front of the state media and detained in prison. After 3 consecutive days of protest, on the 15th, 16th, and 17th, the authorities announced that Tibetans in Ngapa County must surrender themselves, with a promise of leniency for those who do so. The homes of Tibetans suspected of being involved in this week's demonstrations are ransacked and raided. The regular prayer sessions at Kirti Monastery are suspended indefinitely. Cases of enforced disappearances in the area begin to surface. On March the 20th, after days of protests in the Tibetan areas of Gansu province, which had seen the deaths of scores of Tibetans, the Chinese government sends thousands more troops, on foot, in trucks and in helicopters, into the region. Fresh public notices in Tibetan and Chinese asking protesters to surrender are posted around the county. Security personnel make public announcements of the notice through loudspeakers. On March the 20th, law enforcement authorities of Kanlo Intermediate People's Court Procuratorate and PSB jointly issue a public notice referring to the recent protests in Hezua City and the counties of Sanchu, Luchu, Machu, Chune, and Dewo. The notice that is posted around all these counties and towns warns the protesters, or criminals as the notice calls them, to surrender by midnight of March the 25th. It states that those who turn themselves in will be treated leniently, but those who do not will be treated harshly, as would be the case for those who shelter them. The prefecture law enforcement authorities promise protection and rewards for those who surrender by the 25th. But arrests had already begun, well before the deadline, 5 days earlier, on March the 20th. On the same day, the PSB in Lhasa issue a list of 21 wanted people, who they claim as the main agitators of the protests in the Tibetan capital. Photo IDs of 14 are issued. Some are monks.